Whoa. Okay. Woo. Fine. God dang squeaky chair. Glad I finally made it. Nah. There you guys are. Give me just a second. Aha. Sorry I was a little bit late. My friend Pink and the others asked me for a big favor over at the Supernatural, and I had to go party with them. We were throwing like a big celebration because they done pretty good on their last mission, and they decided to fight me. So we pretty much got I was we had a grand time. We had a great party. Anyways, greetings creatures and humans alike. I am MagiQDog, and tonight we are going to be reacting to One Piece, chapter 1086. Oh man, we're almost close to the 1100s, aren't we? Alrighty. I was gonna try to do another One Piece stream because the last time I did it, I had to end it pretty short. But you know, One Piece. I love One Piece. I had to go see it, so that's what we're gonna do tonight. Let's see. I think I'm gonna try to do the One Piece stream and doing the new art stream that I kept mentioning but never did. Probably gonna do it tomorrow and Friday. Yeah, that's the plan. Let's see. Okay, so the last chapter we were on, it was a doozy in a good way. Like, we had lore, we had drama, we had Phoebe escaping with Wapple. But yeah, let's continue on with this, shall we? Let's see. Okay, gonna get to the meat and potatoes on this one because I gotta say it. I gotta say it. Okay. Here we go. Dang ads. Okay. So we got a oh, right. This is your first and last spoiler warning. If you have not seen chapter 1086, you may want to leave. And then come back later on. That way you're able to see me reacting to it, okay? Okay. Okay, so chapter 1086, we're doing the cover pages. Looks like we got two of them. One, we got like the weekly Shonen Chump cover and stuff, where it has Luffy throwing a punch, along with Garp right behind him, and we got Kobe down on the side. All of them look like they're ready for action. Okay, now, for the actual cover story, look like Oda is taking part of the Pride Month, which is really cool. We got everyone playing in a puddle, except for Zoro and Shinbei. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's a Zoro and Shinbei that's missing. They're all wearing raincoats. We see Nami with a yellow raincoat with an umbrella. We see Luffy above her jumping down. We see Sanji in the green looking like he's trying to cover Nami before she gets splashed. We see Chopper with the pink one with an umbrella on his back and a transponder snail on top of his head. We also see like this cute little cat in an orange hoodie as well. We then see Robin and Brooke pretty much together with Brooke using an umbrella. We also see Usopp running away from Frankie, who's on a big bike. And oh yeah, they're all in the middle of a, like I said, they're all in the middle of a puddle, and you can see the rainbow underneath. And the backgrounds pretty much look like they're in someone else's garden. Like, they just show up in the garden, and you just see the owner like, what are you doing in my garden? Anyways, that's with the cover story. So, page 1. Oh no. Okay. Um, they guy figure out the gist of how the pages are separated on this thing. Okay. So, oh yeah, the name of the chapter is the Five Elder Planets, by the way. Okay, so we see the whole of Pangaea Castle, and we see the narrator saying like, and so the curtains have come to a close before the news of King Cobra's death came to light. Let's see. We then see Figure just crying to people holding posters of Phoebe, being like, has anyone seen her? This is Princess Phoebe. Please tell me if anyone seen her. La la la. We then see Chakram pretty much giving one of the guards lip, being like, where is the king? His condition, has it worsened? Y'all better not have murdered him in cold blood. We did see Pale in his falcon form flying around trying to find Phoebe and the King Cobra. Let's see. Okay. And it looks like that's it for page 1. Now then, page 2. Oh, this is pretty good. Oh, poor Phoebe. Okay. So, elsewhere, there are a bunch of armed soldiers pretty much looking around. And then we see the title, well, we see the narrator coming up saying, like, during this, there has been some stowaways that are holding their breath as they try to escape on the various royal vessel. We then see Wappo and Phoebe pretty much at the lower deck of a ship. And Wappo's like, hey, Phoebe, do you know whose ship this is? And Phoebe's like, it's the Aegis Kingdom, which we got more islands and stuff. So that's cool. We got more kingdoms. We then see Wappo talking over the transponder snail. And he's talking to Morgan. Where he's like, we're on the Aegis ship, Morgan. And he's like, ah, I see. I'll fly over their headquarters and pretend that I'm looking for a big scoop. During that time, use this chance to hop aboard. That way you're able to get away before you get caught. And Wappo's like, oh man, I owe you for this. And of course, Morgan's like, oh, you got that right. A king becoming a subject of a manhunt? This is big news. Big news indeed. And Wappo's like, no. Morgan's like, I can't wait to hear all about this. Sorry about my voice. I try. I really do. But yeah. Oh yeah. We didn't see like his airship flying about. We news. Okay. We did have Phoebe just looking over the Wappo with her kind of concern with little sweats, and she's asking, so Wappo, what did you exactly see that got you being on the run? And Wappo with his eyes bulging out is like, Lie down, tell you, Dad! Why don't you leave me alone and go back to your own ship, shall you? And Phoebe's like, I can't. Cyberpool Zero is no joke. It doesn't matter where I run to and stuff. They're going to be after me until they capture me, you know? We didn't see the Edgar's Kingdom ship, and looks like they're already on the water. I don't want to take a guess, but I say this is a kingdom that's kind of based on Great Britain. And the reason I say that is because there's like a cross on the sails. There's a giant figurehead of a lion with a big crown on his head. Because the lions were often used like for heritage symbols and stuff back in medieval times. And I think the British love doing that. Especially with the lions. Of course, this is just speculation. I'm not saying anything. But anyways, we did have Phoebe asking Wapple to borrow his transponder snail because she wants to talk to her father as soon as possible. Because she doesn't want to worry him too much. And Wapple's like, no, anything but that. Now get lost. And Phoebe's like, what is wrong with you, dude? But yeah. That's why I said poor Phoebe. She doesn't know. She doesn't know what happened. Anyways, page 3. Okay. So, pretty much throughout like the outside of stuff, we see member of Cyberpool Zero with pictures of Phoebe and Sabo trying to find them. Let's see. We have the tall, slinky dude with like the wild hair. He's holding up a picture of Phoebe, and we just see a prince just lovey-dovey over the picture. We didn't see Spandork. I mean Spanda. Sorry, that's my little nickname for him. You know, because he's a dork. That's why I call him Spandork. He's pretty much holding up a picture of Sabo. And it looks like there is someone with him, but the head is cut off, so I can't tell who it is. But anyways, we didn't see over to Bonnie, who's in a crouch position, who is in the hatch section of the Taishin Thaine Kingdom ship. And she's like, man, I'm hungry. I could go for a burger right now. Okay. We then see Sabo pretty much on the bridge section of the Lelouchia's Kingdom ship. And he is just panting from his rune, being like, if I could just make it to Lelouchia, I know I can figure something out. Oh man, this rune. He then looks over at his rune and he is a bloody mess. Like, goodness gracious. How much damage did Musama did to him? But yeah, he's still remembering Cobra saying like, I'm counting on you, Soba. Get to Luffy and Phoebe. I know you can do it. You must live on. And Sabo, he is just an emotional wreck right now. Just regretting what has happened. I feel for you, man. I was kind of hoping that it was like a cop-out. Like, maybe somehow Cobra got away. But no. He's full on dead. He's gone on to the afterlife. Rest in peace. Anyways, page 4. Okay, yeah, that's page 4. sorry, I just realized something. Um, but anyways, we didn't see like Panchea Castle, and Oda's using the Chocho ominous symbols and stuff. That's really funny. But anyways, we cut over to the Holy Land of Marichua, and then we have the five Gorosays just pretty much talking to each other, pretty much in full view of the room and stuff. We'll see. But yeah, they're pretty much saying like, the man that they call Sabo, seems that he's got to check our fate. I mean, how else can you say that a man that has been around by members of the D family? Let's see. We then have Jose Garcia, which I believe is speaking. He's like, I was hoping that we could just get rid of the egghead issue that's going on right now. But it looks like we're gonna have to deal with this complication, huh? We then hear ringing from a transponder cell, and they answer it, saying like, oh, hello, great Imu-sama. Do you need us? And of course, he's in his flower room, and he's like, yes, the time has come. We shall put Vegapunk's invention to good use. Let us use the Mother Flame. Dun dun dun. But yeah. So, looks like that giant weapon that was in the sky. I thought it was going to be an ancient weapon. But no, it turns out to be Vegapunk's invention, which I'll talk about that in a little bit. Anyways, page 4. Wait, I already said that. Page 5. Okay, so we pretty much have in top view of the girls say just like talking to each other. We see the long bearded dude being like, it is true. We really haven't got a chance to test out the new weapon yet, so we don't know how effective it is. I think Saturn said the effectiveness of his stuff. Anyways, we then see the big mustache dude being like, depending on how well this experiment goes, Egghead will probably reconsider its response. You know? Let's see. We then have the swordsman being like, I think a wooded area would be more suitable than a sea-based target. We then have Emu cutting over to saying the Lucia Kingdom. Okay. Sorry, gotta take a breath. Okay. So, we have the mustache dude being serious like, you know, Emu, there is quite a lot of people that lives in that kingdom. And Emu's like, it is of no consequence. We then have the long-beard dude being like, understood. Our world moves are at the will of the creator. Which, that is interesting. The fact that he said the creator. Wonder what that's about. We then have the staunchy looking uncle being like, Great Emu, what is the reason for this selection? Okay. Page 6. You gotta be kidding. That's the only reason? Okay. So. Okay, so pretty much in like a full-on panel, we finally get introduced to the names of the Gorosei, which is like about dang time. I mean, the Gorosei has been around ever since Skypiea arc, and years later, we finally learn the name of the people that runs the world, who turns out to be in servitude to the one that actually rules the world. But anyways, let's get to this. Ooh, excuse me. Let's see. We didn't see Emu Sama saying like it's close proximity. We didn't see like a small panel of Lucia just getting obliterated, with one of the girls saying like, "It shall be as you say." So, I want to make an interesting note. We kind of got like a little bit of detail with this. Like, he's mostly silhouette out, don't get me wrong. But the way it looks like he's wearing either like a cloak, or maybe he's got some kind of hair that's rotating around. It's kind of hard to tell. But anyways, we didn't see each of the girls say. We first see the 5 Elder Planets Defense Science Warrior Guard, Saint Che Garcia Saturn, as he is saying, "I shall make the necessary preparations. I humbly request your patience in the meanwhile." Next, we see the tall dude with the long beard, kind of makes you think of Godfrey from Skypiea. And he is the 5 Elder Planets Environment Warrior God, Saint Marcus Mars. And he is saying, "The Lucia citizens have some spark of rebellion in these recent times." Next up, we have the dude who's got like the big white mustache, and he is the 5 Elder Planets Justice Warrior God, Top Man Valkyrie, and he's like, "We shall make an example out of this kingdom." We did see the Gandhi-looking guy with a long sword, and he is the 5 Elders Planet's Financial Warrior God, Ethan Baron V. Nuschuro, or Nuschuro? I believe that's how you pronounce it. And he's like, if we can one day use this power freely." And finally, we see the Sanji family looking fella, and he is the 5 Elder Planets Agriculture Warrior God, Shepherd Peter. You can see the puns that they're going with, huh? And he's like, we could instantly snuff out any contracting conflicts with this. So yeah, let's go in order. We got J.C. Garcia Saturn, obviously based off of Saturn. We got St. Marcus Mars, obviously a Mars. We got Topman Valkyrie, which the only planet I can think of is Mercury. Let's see. We got Ethan Baron Fifth Nuschuro. I'm just gonna call him Ethan Baron. But yeah. And wait. I could assume that he is Venus. And then we have Shepherd Peter, which is like Jupiter, you know. So yeah. I was kind of thinking that Topman would actually be Jupiter, but I can see him being Mercury. But anyways, onward to page 7, I believe. 7? Hang on. Let's see. 1 little 2. 1 little 2 little 3 little pages. 4 little 5 little 6 little pages. Yes, I am on the 7 pages. Na 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 na.
Hey, 7.
Dang headphones. Okay. So, meanwhile, over at Marine headquarters, we see Sasasuke or Akainu being like, what? The kingdom of Tachini and the Aga kingdom are both rebelling? And this is between the disbanding of the 7 warlords. We did see Marines marching down as a give me a second. As the narrator's like, and the uprising in governments affiliated nations, the Navy sure has their hands full. However, we didn't see. Oh yeah, it continues on where they're saying like, the military power has already gone in a new direction. And sorry. Okay. This is like a continuation of what happened on Empty Bluffs Island, where we have Akainu being like, deploy the Seraphim. Crocodile was spotted on Empty Bluffs Island. And we finally see the new Seraphims, which is Doflamingo, Gecko Moria, and Crocodile. Let's see. And let's take a look at this. As the Doflamingo one, he just looks straight on like Doflamingo, man. He's got the same rock with the smile. I mean, the same walk and the smile and everything. And we don't see his we see PX on him, but we don't know what number he is. In fact, I don't see any of the numbers on any of them, except for Gecko Moria's. I think his might be a 5. But yeah. And speaking of him, we see him and he is just laughing like he is having a blast. And then we see Crocodiles, which he just looks like he doesn't want to be there, man. He just looks emotionless. He's like, yeah, whatever, let's get this over with, you know. Anyways,
on the page 8.
Oh, looks like that's the end of the flashback. Okay, so we pretty much have the flashback of the reverie ended, and we see Sabo being like, the second that we docked at Lucia, the citizens there were already arresting King Seki and his daughter Komain, and they were just waiting for the ambush at the Royals, which is so like a little bit of a flashback of the Lucia, with the citizens pretty much attacking Seki and his daughter Komain. And I'm gonna say that Lucia is based off of Romania, Mostly because of how the king looks. He just looks like a straight up vampire. But yeah. We then see in full view of the room with Dragon sitting down listening in, and we see Ivankov just flipping through a book while I was standing up. And Sabo is continuing as he's saying, like, since I was a stowaway, they didn't harbor any ill intentions and pretty much welcomed me with open arms. That's when I saw the papers. And that's when I discovered that I was being framed for the murder of King Cobra. We then see Dragon just looking like, when Sabo continues. And he's saying, like, unsurprisingly, the people there consider me a hero. Pretty much calling me like the Flame Emperors. And I wanted to tell him the truth. I really did. But when I saw how that lie pretty much sparked the revolution, I just couldn't say the words. We did see another flashback of Eddie and the other citizens just having all kinds of stuff in their arms. Makeshift spear, and it looks like she has like a stick in her hand. But yeah. And Sabo was pretty much continuing saying, like, Eddie and the others have already inspired a lot of people to join us. And I just ended up bringing with me as many new recruits as I can. Anyways,
Page 4.
Page 9. We're on page 9.
Page 9.
Okay. So, we have Sabo continuing like his explanation on how he's able to escape Lelouchia. So, inside view, he's telling what happened, and behind him is like the map, and it shows like Lelouchia Kingdom and the Kamabaka Kingdom, and we have like transponder snails, pretty much like doing like their signaling and stuff while Sabo's on a ship. And Sabo explains that he couldn't make direct contact unless he had an encryption snail, which he didn't. However, he routed his call through the island while they were setting up their cells. And he's like, I knew the government would intercept with our call. However, doing it like that would make them believe that I'm still on Lelouchia. However, I was just within range, having already set out to sea with our new recruits. We did have Sabo. We did have Ivankov being like, so, the night... Hang on, I gotta do this right. So, Straw Hat Boy. So, Straw Hat Boy. Okay, that will work. So, the annihilation of Lelouchia really did happen during that call. And he's like, yeah. And everyone was hysterical. They ended up losing a lot of their family members on the island. And they just saw their country just completely annihilated in front of their eyes. And Dragon being more serious, like, he's like, how despicable. Tell me, Sabo, how in the world were they able to do it? And then we see another flashback of Sabo and a bunch of other people on the ship looking as the island got completely destroyed. And Sabo explained that, well, we saw a gigantic shadow above us in the sky. And then suddenly, the island was gone. And Dragon was a sweat like a huge shadow? Page 10. Oh, this is getting exciting, exciting, exciting. Okay, so we continue having like a flashback with Sabo's head in front of you, and he is just angry about what happened. And he's like, there is no way that that huge shadow was a living creature or some kind of natural disaster that we know of. There was something flying above the clouds. And then we have Ivankov being like, Sabo boy, you said that they used the name Emu. And we see like the big castle of the Kamabaka Kingdom. And Sabo's like, that's right. And Ivankov is like, this may be a bit far-fetched, but back when our world was created 800 years ago, during pretty much after the 4th century, one of the first 20 sovereignties, it was actually Fast Saint Emu of the House Nerona, which is like, what? Okay, we then have Ivankov placing down a book and flipping over to some pages and showing Sabo as he is saying, now look at this, Sabo boy. No! Oh, sorry, thought I lost the page. Let's see. There it is. Okay, now, since we know about a certain fruit that's able to grant an eternal youth that exists out here, it makes you wonder if someone has already used it before, right? Which means that there is a person out there that doesn't have to worry about death itself. They're talking about the op fruit. We finally got a confirmation on the eternal youth. Oda has foreshadowed this for so long now. I'm sorry. I got a lot to talk about after we end this. Okay, page 11. That was a good point. Ah, crap, I skipped over something. Sorry, gotta get back to reading. Okay. We did have Sabo looking up, like, Yvonne, you think the one that I saw earlier was in fact? And then, we have like a shadowy silhouette of Emu. which is over here, we didn't see Ivankov just looking down, being totally serious. And he's like, this could be just a mere coincidence. After all, it could be just a shared name. However, could anyone else but a founding commander of the world government could control the 5 elder planets, which are the highest of the world nobles? After all, the celestial dragons which we are enemies of, they pretty much fancy themselves as descendants of the gods. We then have Ivankov with a big head pointing over like, and one more thing. Assuming the object that you saw in the sky was a weapon, which was probably made by the world government. We did have Ivankov pointing over the dragon, being like, then the only one that's capable of creating such a monstrosity would be Dr. Vegapunk. Ah, man, what happened to my Ivankov voice? Oh well, we did have Dragon being like, now hold on there just a second. Vegapunk would never design a dedicated killing machine like that. And Eva was like, no. So what if it was an ancient weapon? Assuming that this emu character has been living since ancient times, there has to be a connection. And then we have Dragon just looking all serious and stuff, but be like, look, Robin has told us that the ancient weapons do exist. However, if a person really had just an ancient weapon like that, why would they wait about using it till now? Okay. We finally cut over to the last page, which is page 4. Wait. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. Okay, this is page 12. Page 12. Okay. Sorry. Page 12. Oh, man. Okay. Cutting back. Okay. We're pretty much back in present day. And we see the Holy Land of Marishwal. And the narrator says, back in present day of the Holy Land of Marishwal, a celestial dragon has been put to death. However, this information will never reach the outside world. We didn't have like some celestial dragons being like, oh no, our food supply is gone. We have no bread. All we have is cake. Ugh. Complete scumbags. Anyways, we now see a new character. And this is amazing. So, he's pretty much wearing all black in a long coat kind of thing. He is sitting down in a chair. He has a very unique sword with like a type of guard, and he's got a very unique hairstyle. He He's got his hair and his beard shaped like the moon, like a crescent moon. And he's also wearing sunglasses. And all around him, we see celestial dragons pretty much sharing his stuff. That is because they have Don Quixote Mule's Guard up on a crucifix in the shape of the world's government symbol. And this is what the narrator says. The judge was the former king of God Valley. And he is currently serving as the supreme. I have messed this up. What the flip? Anyways, and he is currently serving as the supreme commander of the God's Knights. And his name is Saint Darling Figureland. We see Muirsgard just absolutely bloody and stuff. And his head is tilted down, so I believe he's dead. As of this moment, he's dead. We didn't see close view of Darling Figureland, and he's pretty much saying like, anyone who's going to protect scum is lower than the scums that they protect. Let's see. And that is the end of chapter 1086. And we are unfortunately on a hiatus for around 5 weeks or so. And it looks like Oda's given us a message. So, to our readers, thank you for reading One Piece. To accommodate Oda Sensei's upcoming eye surgery, they'll be taking a break from June 19th all the way to July 10th. We are very sorry for the delay, and thank you for understanding. And the serialization will return on July 18th. And your continued support for the One Piece is greatly appreciated. Which is like, of course, I want Oda Sensei to be at full health. And if he needs to take a long break so that way he's able to recover his eyes, then so be it. I have plenty of other things to look forward to. And One Piece chapter 1087 will be something that I'll be looking forward to. So, Oda and your team, if you happen to be watching this for some reason, please take your sweet time with this. And Oda, please heal up. We want you back at full health. And I wish nothing but what's the word I'm looking for? For your best wishes. I wish for your full recovery, and I hope that you get to feeling fantastic. But anyways, let's pretty much cover the main topics that has happened. First thing first, we got to see how Fifi, Wappo, Bonnie, and Sabo have escaped, which they just pretty much hijacked ships. Well, they stole away on the ships. Let's see. We also cut back to the Gorosei, where they were discussing about what they need to do, and how Imu has chosen Lelouchia Kingdom to be destroyed. We learned that the giant thing in the sky was an invention that Vegapunk has made, which I say he wasn't a big fan of, and that is called the Mother Flame, which is like, oh man, how in the world did they got Vegapunk to create a destructive weapon like that? And for those of you that thinks that it still could be an ancient weapon, this is pretty much confirmed by Imu himself. And what he says go. Oh yeah, we also got to learn the name of the Gorosei. We got Saint Che Garcia Saturn. We got Saint Marcus Mars. We got Topman Valkyrie. We Valkyrie. We got Ethan Baron Fee Churro. And we got Shepard Chu Peter. Let's see. But yeah. They're still on the hunt for Princess Phoebe, of course. We also got to see some members. We also got to see the rest of the Seraphim, which is the Doflamingo, Gecko Moria, and Crocodile. We now cut back over to more of the. It's not really the present, but it's a present for Sabo and them. Let's see. And Sabo's telling them what happened. Ivankov believes that Emu is a immortal from the Eternal Youth surgery. So that's tying back with the Op fruit. And he believes that the weapon was an ancient weapon, but Dragon doesn't think otherwise. Which is like, he's spot on. And finally, we got to learn more about Shanks' family. And the reason I say this is because it has been proven canon that his last name is Figureland. And it turns out that Figurelands are not only part of the Celestial Dragons, but they were also the ones that ruled Goth Valley. And it turns out that the Supreme Commander of the Goth's Knights is a member of the Figurelands who was once the king of Goth Valleys, which is Saint Garing Figureland. And oh yeah, Mulesguard is being put to death, which is very bad. So, what a chapter. We got some pretty good lore. Especially with the Figureland. Like, I knew that he was being put to death and stuff. I just didn't know that Figureland was going to be the king of God Valley. So that is really something. We might get to see this dude fight there in the God Valley incident whenever Oda gets to that. Jesus Christ, I got the hiccups and stuff. Sorry, had to get rid of it. But yeah. But this is very exciting. I cannot wait to see chapter 1087. But like I said, I want Oda to get better. So I want him to take all the time in the world. In the meanwhile, though, I'll probably do some other stuff. Wonder what I could do for... Do you guys want to see me doing some other chapter reactions to other mangas? If you want me to, let me know in the comments section. But anyways, for now, thank you all for coming on this amazing One Piece stream. I hope y'all were as entertained as I was, and surprised by what we learned. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, that way you're able to see all my previous videos and stuff. Also check me out on Twitter and Twitch, as Twitter is where I do my information and stuff, like doing my announcements and polls. And Twitch, where I also do like my other videos. But yeah. I'm sorry, I spaced out there a little bit. I just don't know what to think. But anyways, I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna go give me some food. So with that, like, subscribe to the YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch if you guys want to, of course. And I'll see you guys back on the One Piece stream in 5 weeks. Except for the other streams that I'm doing. I still plan on doing that. But until then, so long. See ya. Bye-bye. Hasta la vista. See you later, alligators. Okay, bye. Okay, time to go back home. and get me some food. Alrighty.
Teleportation!